Hello. I am gonna do what I always fucking come here and do. Entertain myself. Okay, I'm gonna do a little screen share here in a minute. Well, I guess now. I just want to say I don't even know what episode I'm on. I'm gonna give you kind of the rundown on the actual story of the Watcher, and then I'm gonna give you the rundown on the series. The series is it's pretty good. I mean, I just don't have an attention span to watch shit anymore. Like nothing entertains me anymore. I should probably tell the doctor about that. But as soon as it gets popped up, I don't think they wanted their picture shown. And sorry. This is the Broadus family. This will be Derek. This is Maria. This is their three young blood kids. And in the series, John Slath or whatever his name is, I'll get to it in a minute. Um he babbles something about this Watcher Village and all this shit. So I seen that. I was like, hell yeah, I'm throwing that in there. No, everybody's good. I'm good. Okay, now this the John let me find his name. John Baston, and he's the building inspector in the series. I was going to try to keep them separated. Keep them separated. Shh, shh. But I eventually will, but it's kind of hard. Kind of. But this is the real John List is his name. All my true crime people should know who John List is. This took a turn I had no idea about. I had watched BuzzFeed and it mentioned this in there too. I love BuzzFeed, by the way. But this is the topics. It's gonna be where they bought the house. That's the house. That's the house. They met the neighbors. Neighbors suck in the series. Some creepy ass fucking neighbors. Let me tell you right now. He does some and he has issues and some renovations. The building inspector, and then the true story. This is just talking about the series. Everything's on this series now, and it, I don't know. It just bothers me. And Mary and Derek brought us. I've got it written down somewhere, probably like every damn thing else. Uh, there was a few owners of the house, and the house was getting sold for $1 each time up until a certain point, and then it started getting like 339,000 and all this shit. I don't know. But 3 days before they even closed on the house, they got the first letter. Um, in real life, I don't think he took it that serious. In the movie, this guy flips out. He goes wild. This does happen in New York. I never thought that would be a place that some weird shit would happen. And so they take the letter to the cop. In real life, I don't think they actually took that letter to the cop. I think they just throwed it down or throwed it away. But in the series, they take it to the cop. Telling you, y'all gotta watch it. This is some creepy ass weird shit. But it talks about the saga of 657 Boulevard House, all this bullshit. And it talks later on about the kids, the young bloods. And it says he's been the watcher, like he's fucking Batman or something. I've been the watcher, and my father, and my father's father. And this is just because I didn't really have shit to do, so I threw that on there. Y'all go back and watch and look at this shit. This always seems like a good idea until I get to it, and then it doesn't. Let's change that one to that because it's letters. Okay, it's letters. Oh shit, something's going on there. But in real life, they keep getting the letters. They can't figure out who's doing it. Eventually, the husband writes one letter, and somehow they find out about it, so they assume that he wrote all the letters. He couldn't get rid of the house, and then he went to the permit to try to get it to where, because this was a big house, to where he could split it in half or something, and it was 3 feet too long or too short to split it. And so he had a big could do that because the house around the corner was like 8 feet over, 8 feet short, and they give them a permit to do that. So of course that built hostility. And I'm telling you right now, the series is nothing like the real thing. And then at one point, in the true story, they seen that they had moved like 3 times pretty quickly. And so they're like, okay, well, he doesn't have money to pay for the house or to stay in the house. So he will, he's trying to, say there's some shit going on so that he can get out of selling the house. You see my cup? Maybe? No. This is Dr. Loading. Okay. And I just found this and I thought it was fucking odd. Something is odd. And honestly, I've got this ain't even all of them. So much going on that I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of trying to do some sort of handwriting analysis that I have no fucking education in. But look at this. There's certain places where it's like they wrote extremely slow. I don't know. See right there on the A how it's kind of mishy, and then on the D's it's mishy. See, everything else is kind of smooth. The S's look like fives. Look at this S. I mean, it almost looks like a five. Look at the comparison. And I found it very odd. And I mean, I make mistakes all the time. I ship stuff out with the business, and I make mistakes all the time, writing addresses. This this struck me odd that there was a mistake made about the name of the house number and the name of the road. I don't know why. And he always put that M and M, Mr. and Mrs. I've never seen that. I think that's something older time, so that would kind of give you an impression right there. that, hey, look back to an era where, because I didn't even know what the hell that meant. I'll be 46 in December. And I want to say it looks like a man's rotten, but it doesn't. It looks very, very fake, very fake. The only thing that looks the same is the M's up here because this looks like an upside down M. Um, this E is thin. This E looks like a O. That is an O, never mind. It was something else. See how there's certain letters like the F curves this way, the I curves this way, the L this way, the D somewhat, and then this is slanted, and then this is slanted and curved back. This looks like the upside down six. I mean, it literally looks like this person maybe had turned the envelope over and put a six, turned it over, put the nine when they come to it. I don't know. That is not, I've never seen no one write like that ever. But I thought that was interesting. And there's some books. Okay. Now I can get rid of this. If we wait for my trusty computer. Oh, I am so ignorant. I have this plugged in, but it hooked up. I don't know if it's working or not. There's not a damn button anywhere unless I'm more ignorant than I thought about how to turn it on. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay. Now in the TV series. The TV series is the TV series. Um and the actual Watcher, Batman's little brother, was active till 2017. He still never got caught. She got caught. Because in the series they say that there's like a chromosome missing and it proves it was a woman that done it, or at least closed the envelopes. And so I want to figure out who this is because I have so many people that I think that it is. But then the Watcher could be watching me do this show and be like, hey, and go down there, Idaho, visit Jennifer. Yeah, the Rhodases talked to the previous owners, John Woods and Andrea, and said in 23 years that they never got a letter except for when they were moving out. They didn't pay no attention to it. They, the TV show of it is just outlandish. Okay, it says 1914 Davis family purchased house for $1. William H. Davis died in the house in 1947. And now in real life, the Watcher says that ever since like 1920, that his family has been watching the house, and that for decades, and that he watches the house now, and then his father watched the house, and his father's father watched the house, and all this bullshit. Okay, 1914, the Davis family purchased the house for $1. $1. And then William Davis died in the house in 1947, 4 years after his wife. The house went on to his son and daughter-in-law. 1947, Francis Davis. I'm assuming that was one of them. 1951, Dillard and Mary Bird bought the house for $1. Then that year, Lawrence and Mary Schaeffler bought it for $23,000. Then later on that year, or some year, Seth and Floyd Bakes bought it in 1990. John and Andrew Woods got it for $370,000. And and I don't know. I don't know who in the hell's doing it. The last episode that I watched of The Watcher, um, sorry, my lips are dry and I have no idea where my 15 tubes of chapstick are. But it's a very, I mean, I'm still watching it, but I don't know. I got the impression that maybe the wife, then, it could be the husband, but it seems like he's like the most likely one, and he wrote one letter, so just I don't know, too convenient for me. And now this is all the series, not real life. And then there's some weirdo neighbors that sit out there that um watches the house, and there's a lady that has a mentally ill son, and he's always wanting to play in the house, a grown ass man. Um, and so the guy threw him out of the house, and the lady's like, "I'm watching you," and then she's talking about the trees being 110. It's their birthday coming up, and that was said in real life about the house. And I don't know, they're the what do you call her, real estate lady, sells them the house, tries to get them to renovate, and then tries to get them to sell for cheaper. Just you should watch it. You should watch it. And we got some updates too. Not really nothing, but it sounded good, didn't it? On the Debbie Collier case, her son, is now asking for help. Um, I don't know. My theory, and I'm gonna stick with my theory until evidence proves different. I'm not saying 100%, like let's take it to court, shit, but I think that she was making meth. Um, the killer still remains at large, of course. Dun, dun, and he doesn't think that that was his mom in the Family Dollar. Okay, now let's go to the Stockton serial killer. I tried to find it, but I was kind of in a rush. I'll find it later and tell y'all about it. Um, but there was actually two more murders after he was arrested that was very similar, but they weren't related. Um, I don't think the guy they have in custody is the serial killer. I got to disagree with everything. That's what makes me me. But it's something about him. It's not. I don't think that's him. And I mean, even I don't know. There's a lot of things. Um, it says Colleen Stockton, serial killer suspect, is a statistical anomaly. Court records show that at least 3 drug-related arrests, 1990 to 2014, served time, trying to keep media coverage out of court, a gag order too, and they're probably going to seal the courtroom or remove spectators in the courtroom once the trial begins. Um, I feel like maybe this guy is something is imbalanced. Maybe there's a mental issue. Um, maybe he's done too many drugs. I don't know. I just don't feel this is the guy. I really don't. And also, I was reading in one of the little papers here, and it said that he had killed 6 people. And it went on to say that he had killed 5 people, and then another one, the woman lived. He didn't kill 6 people. He killed 5 people, and he shot a lady 10 times that lived. So, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna have to start getting court records and shit like that. Um, because this is just too much. Too much bullshit. Nobody really knows. I mean, I could tell you right now, oh, the Stockton killer was this and that, and who, who am I to say, that that could be the truth? And that's what I'm thinking. I don't know that, and that's where they're getting their information. It didn't say law enforcement said this, which I don't know. Everybody makes mistakes, but something ain't right. And they did say though the Stockton serial killer, his brother was killed and shot when he was 17, and then his buddy got stabbed, and they're kind of alluding that that had something to do with it. I'm sorry, shit like that may bother you, may mess with you, but it's not gonna cause you 20 years down the road or 30 years down the road to start murdering people. It don't make sense. I don't know. Oh, I went out to the lake the other night, so I got some footage of that. I got I'm probably gonna put out another 2 videos tonight to get caught up. I've got one thing left in class, and then I got 2 weeks off before I start another semester. So, but I've got a great case. It's going to trial. Um, I don't know, think they got a court date yet. Excuse me. But Courtney cleaning, cleaning. Um, but she stabbed her boyfriend to death. She's an Instagram model, like who is it nowadays, apparently. And she has those OnlyFans, so she makes good money. She's when she's fixed up, like most women, she is gorgeous. But if you see her mugshot and she doesn't have extensions and everything, I did not recognize her. So, but there's a lot going on there. We're gonna do Jeffrey Epstein. I'm gonna cover that damn case. I've actually done it and it wouldn't upload. And of course I deleted the PowerPoint, so I can't go back, but I do got all my notes. I try to keep notes of everything to do with this. It's just this. I feel for detectives and cops and stuff. I'm telling you, I do. Okay, this is the wife in the movie The Watcher. Oh, here's theories. Let's look at theory. I love theories. Theory one, it was the neighbor. Okay, there's 50,000 fucking neighbors. I like that. Didn't seem normal. What's normal? Put in the comments below what normal is. What's a normal human being? I do. I think it's the realtor. I think it is theory two, and it's because she wanted to buy the house and she makes a comment. People know stuff that shouldn't know stuff. Like I could tell Joe Bob something, and then next thing you know, Joe Bob has told Mary Sue, and you're like, how in the hell did they know that? And so, but I would go watch the things real good. Go watch Only Murders in the Building. I can't wait till the new season comes out. Awesome. Oh my God. I love that. I love it. But I'm going to go ahead and take my leave for now. Um, can you hear me? Somebody let me know if you can hear any better through that stupid thing. But I will be back shortly. Maybe. Who knows?